Against SMU, 13 different lead changes, but you guys stayed composed the whole time. What does that just say about your team's poise?
Yeah, it was a huge win for us on the road. It's tough to get wins on the road, especially in conference. We have a ton of respect for SMU. We knew it was going to be a physical game and a hard-fought game. Our guys, kind of stayed together throughout the game. We had some runs. And had to make some big plays down the stretch. Get the key stop at the end there that was huge for us to escape with a win. But just really proud of the guys' effort overall. In the entirety of the game.
Yeah, you've talked earlier this season about just taking the right shots, just because you shoot such a high volume of threes. Malik, super efficient these past 2 games. How have you just seen him evolve so far this year?
Yeah, again, I always go back to the defense with Malik. I think that's one of his biggest areas of improvement. He's shooting the ball much better. His catch and shoots are on the uptick right now. When he has some room and rhythm there, he's confident in his shot, and he's also shooting the turn a little bit better, which is good for us and for him. But again, it goes back to our defense is taking a jump because his individual defense is taking a jump.
You don't play until Saturday, coming off the road games. I mean, does that change your preparation at all, your team's preparation at all?
A little bit, yeah. We'll have Wednesday off this coming week leading up. We had a day off yesterday, much needed, when you travel like that and you're in prep mode and these games are physical and mentally draining. It's good to have a bye week, and for us, we're going to utilize it to the best of our abilities and try to improve this week without wearing them down. Want to make sure that they have fresh minds and fresh legs.
And how do you continue to preach improvement and growth while the success is continuing to build behind you?
Yeah, I mean, I think success is never final. I think these guys have big goals and want to have an overall successful season, and you can't stop. You have to keep going. And the teams that continue to grow and improve during the season will have a better chance to advance. Once the tournament begins.
Obviously, there's always hype around UVA, UNC, but with how you guys have been performing, coupled with the court naming, how do you think that environment will help you there?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tremendous environment. We're so excited for Coach Bennett and his family, the impact that he has made, certainly on the players that he coached and the staff, that worked so hard to put Virginia basketball in such a great position nationally to win a national championship. The impact that he and Laurel and his family have had on the students at Virginia, the community here, the impact that they continue to have on the community here is just really special. And I know we're all thankful to be a part of it, and we're excited to be able to celebrate with them, on Saturday.
Even though UNC lost to Cal, they still had 4 guys hit double figures. How do you go about game planning when they have a lot of versatility on their side?
Yeah, we're just going to have to do our best, no different than we do in any other game. They provide, a stiff challenge. Wilson's tremendous, one of the best freshmen in the country, and certainly, will be playing in the NBA. In space, he's really tough to deal with. He can make hard shots. And then I think their offense is excellent. Their defense has been really good this season, and the balance of the two has been there for them. And so their metrics are still there. So I'm confident in their team and certainly their coaching, and looking forward to getting on the court with them.
You and Coach Bennett do have pretty historic history with each other. I mean, have you been able to communicate, or have you really spoken to him much since accepting the position here?
Yeah, no question. I mean, he texted me after the Louisville game, the other day, and certainly I always want his advice. He knows this place and this program and the ACC better than me, and I know he's been very supportive of the team so far, and while keeping his distance. He doesn't want to overstep, and I appreciate that. He wants me to, have space to do it, and but at the same time, I've got thick skin. I'd love his advice, on occasion, and he's been really good with that.
What's been some of the advice that he's told you?
Yeah, I mean, I think one actually was stay healthy, which is actually is really good advice, and I think part of being healthy is making sure that your guys do have fresh minds and fresh legs, as you go into games, because as coaches you try to fix everything, as best you can. When you see little things pop up, you want to fix it right away so it doesn't hurt you. And sometimes the mental side and just their overall feel of where their body is at, is really important. So, that's a good bit of advice there.
Gotcha.
Sold out crowd this weekend with the energy around it. How are you going to keep your guys just to remain present and stay grounded throughout it?
Yeah, I think just focus on the game plan and just the present, enjoying the moment, but not allowing the moment to get too big. This is just the next game on our schedule, and there certainly will be, a lot of eyes on this one. But that's why all these guys came here. They wanted to play in big games, and we certainly just played 2 in a row, on the road. All of our conference games are huge, when you're jockeying for position, in the league, and you're only playing teams one time, for the most part. You want to put your best foot forward in each game. And this group has been really good at focusing on the task at hand and what's right in front of them.
What's it like? I mean, now that you've experienced those back-to-back games, are you starting to get used to that away ACC atmosphere? Are you starting to enjoy it? What's your mentality towards it?
Yeah, I think everybody loves to play on the road. There's no question about it. I mean, you love to play in front of your own fans as well. But there's something about going on the road and coming out victorious that makes it special, and it builds toughness. It gives you confidence. Going forward, that you can win in different environments when maybe the odds are stacked against you a little bit. And so each experience that we have together hopefully will strengthen this group, and so we'll lean on that heavily.
And as you look forward towards the Tar Heels, what's kind of jumped off the screen in the page in your preparation?
Yeah, I mean, they all, whenever you're playing Carolina, you have to worry about their speed in transition. I mean, they've always had one of the best, transition offenses in the history of college basketball. And so much like Louisville in our preparation for that game, if you don't do a really good job there, it's probably not going to get much further. And so we've got to make sure that we're doing a great job of getting our defense set on every possession, and trying to force as many hard shots as we can, and then being as efficient as we can offensively and passing the ball and moving it and doing the things that we do.
And with North Carolina, you obviously had a front row seat growing up to these ACC rivalries.
Yeah.
What are some of your memories or impressions of this rivalry, Virginia, North Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, great games, all throughout the series. My personal memories are, I can remember in University Hall, I was a ball boy, throwing the ball back to, Michael Jordan, Kenny Smith, Jeff Lebo. One of my, craziest memories was, I think it was right, the three-point line had just been added, several years before, and I think Carolina had stolen the ball, and Jeff Lebo was ahead, and we had one player back on defense near the rim, and he stopped and he shot a three, on the break, and which back then you would never really do that. And I remember as a kid going, man, that's pretty cool. I'd love to do that. But some great history, obviously great coaches, at both programs, and certainly this will be another opportunity for Virginia and Carolina to get together.
You guys have won the rebound battle last 2 games. UNC really active on the offensive boards. How important do you think that'll be in this game?
Yeah, it'll be huge. Yeah, it's always huge for us. If we can, defend at a high level and corral rebounds, it helps a lot of things. You know, it helps our offense, you know, in transition. It certainly helps our defense, you know, in terms of keeping others from scoring. So fouling limits the fouls because a lot of times offensive rebounds end up in fouls. And so, you know, it's an important part of the game. There's no doubt about it.